Wednesday, 20 feet above flood stage.
President Trump is on his way home from Japan after paying a visit to American sailors on the USS Wasp in Tokyo Bay.
You are the strongest, toughest, best, and bravest. Do you agree with that?
The president met with Japan's new emperor and held talks with Prime Minister Shinzo Abe on North Korea, Iran, and trade. Mr. Trump sending sympathy after a deadly attack at a bus stop near Tokyo. CBS's Lucy Kraft.
Girls from a local private school were boarding the bus when an unidentified assailant yelling, "I'll kill you," began slashing at them with a pair of long knives. Witnesses described a nightmarish scene with scattered and bloody book bags, crumpled bodies, and screaming children.
An 11-year-old girl was killed, so was a 39-year-old man. 17 are injured, mostly children. The attacker killed himself. A new warning about an ingredient in e-cigarettes. Live to CBS's Vicki Barker.
They're billed as a safer alternative to conventional cigarettes, but Stanford University researchers say they've seen evidence that vaping in general triggers the kind of blood vessel dysfunction that can increase the risk of heart disease, and that some flavors in e-cigarettes amplify that effect. Cinnamon and menthol seemed the most toxic. Now, this small study doesn't prove vaping causes heart disease, but its results are sobering enough to suggest further investigation is needed. Deborah?
The New York Times says at least 5 Navy pilots reported UFO sightings during training flights along the East Coast in 2014 and 15.
We're going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Oh, thing, dude.
The paper says they described strange objects flying at hypersonic speeds with no visible engines or infrared exhaust plumes. The Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat ID program says it's still investigating. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
With the Capital One Saver Card, you earn 4% cash back on dining and entertainment. That's 4% cash back on We Scream for ice cream.
Oh, I want strawberry.
And 4% while you're screaming at the amusement park. The Capital One Saver Card. Earn 4% on dining and 4% on entertainment. Now when you and the family go out, you cash in. Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Capital One Bank, USA, N.A. New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline is engineered with 4 levels of defense against gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. It's sort of like having ninjas protect your engine. That helps keep your engine running like new. New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. It's fuel for thought in engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline.
The controversy is not about kids bringing guns to class, but a class on guns.
There was no other class like it. Michael Pegram says that's why he decided to offer firearms training to children near Charlotte, North Carolina.
It's the parents' choice of what their kids should be around. I'm just offering a class to let them learn to be safe if they're going to be around them.
Kids as young as 6 work up from a Nerf gun to a 9mm weapon. 9-year-old Aiden Roberts learned from the 4-hour class.
If you see a gun, tell your parents and never point a gun at people.
Pegram has gotten plenty of social media feedback, both pro and con. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
It may be all about the merch. Tyler, the Creator's new album, Igor, opens at #1 on the Billboard chart. It had fewer streams than DJ Khaled's new Father of Assad. The New York Times says T-shirts, lawn signs, and stickers may have won the day. Tyler's downloadable album is bundled with all 3. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. 30% of Americans who are planning home improvements of $5,000 or more will pay for those renovations with a high-interest credit card. That may not be a great idea. A better idea may be to take cash out of your home with a Quicken Loans 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.375%. APR 4.65%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate subject to change. Pay 2.13% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Experience no-hassle shopping at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow. Ford's Furniture. Furniture you know. People you trust.
You can now stay up to date with the Glasgow EPB more than ever before. You can now stay informed by following the Glasgow Electric Plant Board online on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at Glasgow EPB, and on our website, glasgowepb.net. From staying updated during an outage to seeing updates about Glasgow EPB products and services, and even learning about ways to save energy and money on your bill, the Glasgow EPB has you covered. Online on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on glasgowepb.net. The Glasgow EPB, connecting Glasgow to the future.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Those are words a parent never wants to hear, but don't worry, I'm here to help when you do. This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson with Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. Cold and flu season can be scary and intimidating unless you have a plan. Be sure to wash your hands, drink water, eat well, and get plenty of rest. But when that doesn't work, or when your kid picks up the latest bug tearing through their class, Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic is here to help. We offer same-day appointments for sick visits, and we make sure that we are up to date on the latest treatments to guide you through whatever hits you or your family. Many times, quick response can head off the worst of the symptoms, so put Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic on your speed dial and let us get you feeling better faster. 270-629-6722. Remember our new location right across from TJ Sampson Hospital at 1214B North Race Street. Together, we can keep you on the path to good health.
Call my mama. She will make you all better. 270-629-6722.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning, everybody. It's 69 degrees, 7 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour here at WCLU as we wake them up on this Tuesday morning, the 28th day of May. This month has been fleeting for sure. We'll check in with Ray Stajic and see how warm it's going to be this week. But first off, let's get our birthdays started off here this morning. Stephen Howard, we understand Stephen is 27 today. Richie White has a birthday today. It's also the birthday of Chris Stevens. We have Sam Bowles having a birthday today, too. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online here at WCLUradio.com. Let's see, I want to get over here and see what, actually it's not Ray Stajic today, it's Jeffrey Marr. Jeffrey Marr, who is saying that things are going to stay on the warm side for the rest of the week.
Clear starting off this Tuesday, then with a sunny sky and winds out of the west and southwest this afternoon. The high should climb up to 89 degrees, still clear to the evening, and the clouds will increase overnight with a low down to 70. Partly to mostly cloudy on Wednesday. An isolated shower or thunderstorm may pop up during the afternoon. The warm weather pattern is going to stick around with a high tomorrow close to 90 degrees. A little bit cooler on Thursday with the potential for some afternoon showers and thunderstorms developing with a high temperature into the mid-80s. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. 81% humidity this morning. Southwest winds at 6 miles an hour. 29.90 is the pressure. No precip here in the last 24 hours. We did actually have a couple of hundredths of an inch of rain on Sunday, but not enough to do much more than settle the dust. 69 WCLU, 609, and Brendan Crane in the newsroom with local news next.
In retirement, where will your money come from? For many people, retirement income may come from a variety of sources. Here's a few avenues that may provide you money in retirement. Social Security is the government-administered retirement income program. Workers become eligible after paying Social Security taxes for 10 years. Personal savings and investments can provide income during retirement. Retirees tend to look for investments that offer monthly income. Individual retirement accounts have been around since 1974. Contributions you make to a traditional IRA may be fully or partially tax-deductible, depending on your individual circumstances. Distributions from an individual retirement account are taxed as ordinary income. What workers anticipate in terms of retirement income sources may differ considerably from what retirees actually experience. How do these sources of income impact your personal retirement? Please call the Fouch Wealth Advisory Group, Sam Dickinson, or Brian Basinger to discuss your retirement income plan. Call us today at 270-651-2663. Investment counseling since 1854. Securities offered by JJB Hillier, WL Lyons LLC, member NYSE, SIPC, and FINRA. Investing in securities involves risks.
I was currently with no prosthetic company, and I was just getting my beginner's prosthetic, and it still wasn't comfortable.
That's when Mike met William Bray with Extreme Prosthetics.
I met Mr. Bray at one of my daughter's ball games, and he'd handed me a card, and he seemed very confident and knew what he was talking about, so I decided to go see Mr. Bray just for a consultation, and just in minutes I was more confident in it, full range of motion.
Mike and many others have given great testimonials for William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics at 400 South Broadway in Glasgow, which you can check out online at comfortforamputees.com.
Yeah, I'm a rather large guy, and it takes a special prosthetic to carry my weight. In the first meeting with Mr. Bray, he realized by looking at the material they used to assemble my prosthetic that it wasn't at the weight limit to carry my weight, and had I not went to that consultation, I'd have never known that.
Professional care from someone who wears a prosthetic themselves. William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics.
If you're just not confident with it, I say go see Mr. Bray.
Call 629-5347.
Good morning. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane reporting. The Bowling Green Police Department responded to 2039 Russellville Road Sunday afternoon for a report of a disturbance involving multiple people. Jamarcus Hill, age 21, gave officers consent to search his apartment. Officers located a crystal rock substance that Hill later told the officers the substance was methamphetamine. Officers also found nude photographs and videos of a 17-year-old girl on his phone. The girl in the photos was at the residence at the time when officers arrived. Hill was arrested and charged with possessing material portraying sexual performance by a minor, first-degree possession of methamphetamine, first offense, possessing drug paraphernalia, and alcohol intoxication. He was lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail and currently has a $3,000 cash bond. He's scheduled to appear before Judge Brent Potter. Kentucky State Police is investigating a two-vehicle fatal collision that occurred on Saturday night, May 25th. According to KSP, the accident occurred at approximately 11:08 p.m., just 6 miles east of Burkesville on Kentucky 90. Preliminary investigations indicate that Christian Parrish, 28 of Burkesville, was operating a 2000 Ford eastbound on Kentucky 90 when he crossed into the oncoming westbound lane where he struck a 2012 Nissan. Barbara Arms, 67 of Burkesville, was driving the Nissan before being hit head-on. Arms, along with a passenger, Bobby Arms, 74 of Burkesville, were both pronounced deceased at the scene. Parrish was transported to the Cumberland County Hospital where he was treated and released for minor injuries. Parrish was arrested and charged with first-degree DUI and failure to wear a seatbelt. Parrish was lodged in the Adair County Regional Jail. Kentucky State Police is investigating a two-vehicle fatal collision that occurred Saturday at approximately 6:57 p.m., 5 miles east of Springfield, Kentucky, on U.S. Highway 150. It was determined that 39-year-old John Bailey of Harrodsburg was operating a 1999 Harley-Davidson eastbound on U.S. 150, where he attempted to pass several vehicles in a no-passing zone. Bailey struck a 2007 Jeep that had slowed down to make a left turn. The Jeep was being operated by 59-year-old Warren Purdom of Springfield. Bailey, along with a passenger, 41-year-old Amanda Bailey Harrodsburg, were both pronounced deceased at the scene. Purdom was transported to Ephraim McDowell by EMS for non-life-threatening injuries. The passengers in Purdom's vehicle were Tammy Purdom, age 54, Warren Purdom, age 37, both of Springfield, and Mackenzie Purdom, age 16, of Willisburg, were transported by private vehicle and treated and released from the hospital. Last Friday, deputies with the Hart County Sheriff's Office and troopers with the Kentucky State Police responded to an injury collision involving 3 vehicles at the intersection of Highway 31E and Highway 218. 3 individuals involved were transported to T.J. Sampson Community Hospital, 2 with possible serious injuries. The investigation is ongoing and being led by Deputy Caleb Butler. The Hart County Sheriff's Office was assisted on scene by the Kentucky State Police, the Horse Cave Fire Department, and the Hart County Ambulance Service. And the Glasgow Electric Plant Board is set to meet tonight at the EPB office. While several items are on the agenda, 2 major things have been added to the tentative agenda posted on the EPB's Facebook page. D.T. Froge, the board's chair, has placed that he wants to terminate Superintendent Billy Ray's employment again, along with his resignation. WCLU will bring you the latest coverage of this story when updates are available. And there was no activity on this morning's 911 activity report. We have 6:15, 69 degrees. We'll be right back for a check of your state news.
U.S. Bank encourages you to think outside the square. U.S. Bank in Glasgow offers multiple solutions to take credit card payments from your phone or tablet. Yes, U.S. Bank can take your small business mobile. Call Irvin Sorrell at 659-3200 in Glasgow, or Wes Mauser at 651-2106, or in Cave City, call Cheryl Davidson at 773-3112. Whether you're selling produce at the farmer's market or finalizing a construction project, U.S. Bank has a payment solution for you with 24/7 customer service. So think outside the square for your small business. It's all of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC.
In more news this hour, West Virginia health officials say an HIV cluster in Cabell County reflects a shift in how the disease is being transmitted. The Charleston Gazette-Mail reports Cabell County's cluster, the only one currently known in West Virginia, is up to 49 confirmed cases. State officials say all the cases were contracted by intravenous drug use through sharing of contaminated syringes. The cluster, tracked since January 2018, represents a sharp uptick from the baseline average of 8 cases annually over the past 5 years. In 2017, West Virginia had one of the nation's lowest rates of HIV diagnoses. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Kentucky fared similarly. The HIV cluster could potentially be devastating for communities ravaged by opioid addiction. A former Colgate-Palmolive factory in southern Indiana could become the home of a hotel, housing, and commercial space. The factory in the Ohio River town of Clarksville made toothpaste and other personal hygiene products for decades until it closed in 2007. A plan recently approved by Clarksville officials and the Clark's Landing Development Group calls for redeveloping the building, which is known for its large, iconic clock. Clarksville Redevelopment Director Dylan Fisher tells the News and Tribune the project is expected to include a hotel, multifamily housing, commercial space, and a civic center. That proposal is part of a redevelopment plan for Clarksville's south side. It will have elevated bike trails, a revamped riverfront area, and a mix of businesses, residential spaces, and community spaces. And a World War II veteran from Indiana will be laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery on the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion. Carl Mann was among the Allied troops who stormed Omaha Beach in Nazi-occupied northern France during the invasion. He died in March at age 96. Mann, an Army veteran from Evansville, earned 3 Purple Hearts and 7 Bronze Stars. He'll be buried June 6th at Arlington National Cemetery. The Evansville Courier and Press reports that late in life, Mann told his story at Mater D High School and other schools. Mater D teacher Mike Goebel says Mann was a great storyteller who left students, quote, totally quiet and in awe of his story. It's 6:18, 69 degrees. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane.
What if your doctors treated you like family, your nurses calmed your fears, you received personalized, compassionate care at every visit? At TJ Regional Health, we're committed to excellence in patient care for every person, every day. To us, total local care is more than a tagline. It's our promise to you. Come experience exceptional care at the TJ Regional Health network of hospitals and clinics, where people you know care for the people you love. Visit tjsampson.org to learn more.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A Fort Campbell soldier is set to be laid to rest. Private First Class Colton Bush will be buried today in Georgia. The 19-year-old died when the pickup he was driving in Trigg County crashed into a ravine. Bush's family is requesting donations to the Wounded Warrior Project. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell spent Memorial Day speaking at a remembrance ceremony in Louisville.
As we pay our respects today to all who served, and in particular those who didn't come back.
McConnell mentioned that his own father is buried there at Cave Hill Cemetery. He later thanked all the men and women who have served the country. Honor Flight Bluegrass is set for another mission. The organization flies veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam to Washington to see war memorials. The next trip scheduled for today. The heroes will receive handwritten letters from appreciative citizens to read during their flight back to Kentucky. State police say a man and 2 children from North Carolina died in a crash on Interstate 65. The crash happened Saturday night in Hart County near Bonneville. Police say a preliminary investigation found Augustin Gonzalez was traveling south when he apparently failed to see that a tow truck had stopped partially in the travel lanes to assist another car. Police say Gonzalez, a 6-year-old girl, and a 2-year-old girl all died in the crash. A half-dozen kayakers are okay following a rescue on the Kentucky River. Authorities say a weekend storm forced the kayakers to abandon their kayaks around the Airedale Bridge in Beattyville and walk to higher ground. A train hit and killed one teenage girl and injured another in Louisville. Police say the two teens were on the tracks near the Pope Lick Creek Trestle Bridge when they were hit by a Norfolk Southern train. I'm Paul Miles.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Master Trooper Jonathan McChesney of the Kentucky State Police. You know, many folks around here buckle up, yet some are still putting themselves and others at risk. No matter where you drive across Kentucky, we pay attention to unbuckled drivers and passengers. So get in and buckle up the first chance you get, because in real life, we don't always get a second chance.
A message from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, the Kentucky State Police, and law enforcement across the state, who remind you, click it.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one, or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
It's 622 WCLU, and it's 69 degrees. In area funeral announcements at this hour, Terry Lee Bennett, age 68, of Glasgow, died Sunday at his residence. Arrangements for Terry Lee Bennett are incomplete at this time, but will be under the direction of the A.F. Crow and Son Funeral Home. Bobby Jean Arms, age 74, and Barbara Ann Morrison Arms, age 67, both of the Dutch Creek community of Cumberland County, died Saturday as a result of an automobile accident. They were members of the Albany Full Gospel Apostolic Church and employees of Norris New Funeral Home. They are survived by their children, Michael Jean, Sheila Ann, and Kendra Nicole Arms of Burkesville. Bobby's siblings, Georgia Dyer and Ed Arms of Burkesville, Shirley Smith of Indianapolis, and Betty Arms of Burkesville. Barbara's siblings, Betty Sue Long, James Earl Morrison, and Elizabeth Gale Gross, all of Burkesville. Grandchildren, Malia Ford, Trevor Davidson, and Brandon and Amber Arms. And great-grandchildren, Summer Ford, Audie Ray Ford, and special grandchildren, Austin and Chris New, Gretchen Bryant, and Cameron Claunch. Joint funeral services for Bobby and Barbara Arms will be held Friday at 1 o'clock at Norris New Funeral Home, burial to be in the Dutch Creek Cemetery in Cumberland County. The family will receive friends after 3 p.m. on Wednesday until the funeral hour. Logan Page Hampton, age 13, of Sunfish, died Sunday at Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center in Litchfield. She was a student at Edmonson County Middle School, the daughter of Andrew Michael Hampton Sr. of Brownsville and Tara Ann Wood of Amarillo, Texas, who survived. Also surviving, her mama, Tiffany Hampton of Sunfish, her dada, Nathan Ryan of Round Hill, 2 brothers, Andrew Hampton and Hunter Hampton, both of Sunfish, 3 sisters, Star Wood of Amarillo, and Zoe Hampton and McKenna Hampton, both of Sunfish. Grandparents, Tim Alexander and Becky Lindsay of Litchfield, James D. and Gladys Hampton of Sunfish, Clara Wood of Golden Valley, Arizona, Dan and Debbie Ryan of Round Hill, and Mark Tompkins of Arizona. The service for Logan Page Hampton will be at 10 Friday at Grayville Funeral Home, visitation from 6 until 8 Wednesday, and from 9 until 8 Thursday, and after 9 Friday. Expressions of sympathy can take the form of contributions to help with funeral expenses to the Grayville Funeral Home. David Allen Woosley, age 66, of Cleabet, formerly of Owensboro, died Friday at home. He was a dedicated and talented painter for the family business for 41 years, as a bass singer for numerous gospel groups, a member and deacon of the Owensboro First United Baptist Church, and a member of the Caveline Bassmasters. His love for his church and singing was his way of helping people know about his Lord. Fishing and taking care of his small farm brought him great pleasure. Surviving are his wife of 47 years, Nelda Payne Woosley, 2 daughters, Laura Smith and Amy Minyard, both of Cleveland, a brother, Barry Woosley of Bowling Green, 6 grandchildren. Funeral services for David Allen Woosley will be at 1 o'clock today at the Grayville Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Kinslow Cemetery. Expressions of sympathy can take form of donations to the Hospice of Barren River. Caroline W. Webb, age 86, died Saturday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. She graduated from Horse Cave High School and attended Kentucky State College. While at Kentucky State, she met her husband, the late William Webb, and they were married June 22nd of 1957. She taught at several schools before retiring in 1995, moving to Glasgow. She joined the Bearwallow Baptist Church in 1941 and up returning to Glasgow. She returned to Bearwallow Baptist and served as assistant church treasurer and president and vice president of the Missionary Society. Survivors include her daughter, Cleanne Webb, sister-in-law, Betty Isbell, son-in-law, John Borkman. Several cousins and friends also survive. Funeral services for Caroline Webb will be at 1 o'clock Thursday at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Bearwallow Baptist Church Cemetery. Visitation begins at 11 o'clock until time for service on Thursday. Micah Shane Furlong, 42, of Glasgow, died Thursday at his residence. He was the son of Jimmy Furlong and Sharon Bolin Neal. He was a former employee of Papa John's in Glasgow. Besides his parents, he is survived by his wife, Sherry Mooneyhan Furlong, 3 sons, Dylan Mooneyhan, Michael Mooneyhan, and Zachary Long, 3 grandchildren, Lindley Mooneyhan, Gage Mooneyhan, and Kenny Devine, 1 brother, Sean Furlong, a sister, Angela Silva. The family of Michael Shane Furlong has chosen cremation with a private celebration of life service. Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home is assisting the family. Christopher Chris Douglas Gross, 41, of Glasgow, died Saturday at his residence. He was a self-employed carpenter, an avid outdoorsman, and member of the Poplar Log Church of Christ. Survivors include his wife, Jessie Gross of Glasgow, children Deborah Pitcock of Mount Hermon, Timothy Awyer, Ellie Mae Faith Gross, and Christina Alley Grace Gross. That's Christina Alley Grace Gross of Glasgow. Grandson, Easton Dale Pitcock of Mount Hermon. Mother, Anna Hubbard of Rocky Hill. Father, Bobby Gross of Glasgow. Brothers and sisters, Chad Gross, Matt Gross, and Samantha Geralds, all of Glasgow. Maternal grandmother, Helen McCandless of Park City. A stepbrother, Michael Todd of Glasgow. Stepsister, Kim Gordon of Glasgow. Mother-in-law, Debbie Warren, and father-in-law, Roy Druck. Funeral services for Christopher Chris Douglas Gross will be Thursday at 3 o'clock at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial at Poplar Log Cemetery. Visitation Wednesday from 1:30 until 8, and on Thursday until time for service at the funeral home. Memorial contributions can be made to the funeral home toward funeral expenses. Brother Melvin Eugene Holland, 81, of Tompkinsville, died Sunday at Greenview Hospital. He was saved in 1953 and ordained to the ministry on December the 29th of 1963. He pastored 18 different missionary Baptist churches between Kentucky and Tennessee. He is survived by his wife of 60 years, Merlene Cornwell Holland, a son, Carrie Holland of Tompkinsville, a sister, Patsy Murray of Red Boiling Springs, sister-in-law, Anna Poland of Tompkinsville, granddaughter, Taryn Winter of Tompkinsville, step-grandson, Curtis Winter, and daughter, Autumn, both of Tompkinsville. Service for Brother Melvin Eugene Holland will be at 12 noon Wednesday at Strode Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Beautiful Home Cemetery. Visitation will be held from 3 until 8 on Wednesday and will continue until time for service. Alternate expressions of sympathy can be made in the form of contributions to the Beautiful Home Cemetery in memory of Melvin Holland. Virginia Ann Taney Butler, age 88, of Horse Cave, died Monday at her home. She was a native of Northtown and was of the Baptist faith. She collected dolls, planted flowers, worked crossword puzzles, and was a seamstress from her home and an avid UK basketball fan. She is survived by her daughter, Sandra Gale Gossett Butler of Bardstown, a son, William Gilbert Will Butler Jr. of Horse Cave, son-in-law, David Keith, 4 grandchildren, Dinah Tamar Butler of Louisville, Jean Ann Butler Roberts of Bardstown, Dana Renee Keith of Smiths Grove, and David Neal Keith Jr. of Park City, 8 great-grandchildren and 6 great-great-grandchildren. The service for Virginia and Teeny Butler will be Wednesday at 1 at Wynn Funeral Home. Burial in the Concord Cemetery at Bonneville. Visitation begins from 5 until 8 today and continues tomorrow until time for service. Funeral services for Helen Hogg, age 93, of Campbellsville, formerly of Glasgow, will be at 2 o'clock Wednesday at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Visitation will be from 10 until time for service Wednesday. Burial will be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Funeral services for Wanda Lee Biggerstaff McCoy, age 86, of Bowling Green, will be held today at 1 o'clock at Norris New Funeral Home. Burial in the Burkesville Cemetery. Funeral services for Ruth A. Garner, age 93, of Burkesville, will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Branham Grove Baptist Church in Burkesville, with burial to be in the Branham Grove Cemetery. Visitation begins at 5 p.m. this afternoon at Ballou and Stotts Funeral Home. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
The only place you need to go for all of your automotive needs is GillyHide.com. Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly 400 new and pre-owned vehicles. Take a video test drive, see the Carfax Vehicle History Report, calculate payments, apply for financing, get an instant cash offer for your vehicle from Kelley Blue Book, and check out our sales, parts, and service specials. All this with just a click of a mouse.
You can feel good knowing that all services are backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. All you have to do is schedule a free home evaluation, and a licensed Aero professional will come to your home and inspect, identify, and then treat in the most environmentally responsible method available today. Call 888-GO-AERO or visit aeroexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-AERO or aeroexterminators.com. It's not just pest control, it's Aero Exterminators Pest Control.
Let's turn to local sports. A tough day for the locals yesterday in the Region 4 baseball and softball tournaments down at WKU. First of all, in baseball, Russell County ended the Glasgow Scotty season with a final score of Russell County 7, Glasgow 5. In the 4th Region softball yesterday, Franklin Simpson eliminated Barron County. That final score, Franklin Simpson 7, Barron County 3. Other action from yesterday in baseball, it was Allen County Scottsville ending Cumberland County season 5-4 in a 9-inning affair. South Warren blanked Franklin Simpson 2-0, and Bowling Green blanked Logan County 10-0 in baseball. In other softball matches from yesterday, it was South Warren over Allen County Scottsville 16-1 in 4 innings. Warren East defeated Russell County 18-0 in 3 innings, and it was Logan County 12, Metcalfe County 2. So, in the 4th Region baseball and softball tournaments as they continue today with semifinal games at Western. In baseball, Allen County Scottsville takes on South Warren at 5 o'clock, and then Bowling Green plays Russell County at 7:15 tonight. In softball, Warren East faces Franklin Simpson at 6 p.m., followed by Logan County against South Warren at 8 p.m. And that's your morning sports.
The only place you need to go for all of your automotive needs is GillyHide.com. Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly 400 new and pre-owned vehicles. Take a video test drive, see the Carfax Vehicle History Report, calculate payments, apply for financing, get an instant cash offer for your vehicle from Kelley Blue Book, and check out our sales, parts, and service specials. All this with just a click of a mouse.
This year, Bowling Green comes to the ballpark.
Ford's huge Memorial Day sale continues with special savings throughout both stores, like this stylish couch for only $547. Or take up to 10% off your entire purchase, or get up to 72 months interest-free financing now at the Memorial Day sale at Ford's Furniture.
Who
be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
You're taken care of when you depend on Southern States Glasgow Co-op on Sampson Street.
Clear starting off this Tuesday, then with a sunny sky and winds out of the west and southwest this afternoon. The high should climb up to 89 degrees, still clear to the evening, and the clouds will increase overnight with a low down to 70. Partly to mostly cloudy on Wednesday. An isolated shower or thunderstorm may pop up during the afternoon. The warm weather pattern is going to stick around with a high tomorrow close to 90 degrees. A little bit cooler on Thursday with the potential for some afternoon showers and thunderstorms developing with a high temperature into the mid-80s. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Kind of a muggy start to the day there, Jeff. We got humidity at 81%, southwest winds at 6 miles an hour, 29.90 is the pressure, and 72 degrees. WCLU, wow, 637 and 72 continues to be a hot one. This weather update brought to you by the folks helping you get through the heat, through the cool, through the planting season, through the harvesting season, and everything else at your local Southern States Co-op.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lining up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Boy, it is fun to go to Ralphie's. They just flat make it fun regardless of what events you have going on. It's at Ralphie's Fun Center. Let me tell you about our May 28th birthdays. So far, we have, Stephen Howard. Stephen is 27 today, we understand. It is Richie White's birthday. We also have Dakota Hunt, Chris Stevens, Sam Bowles. Tanya Pennington has a birthday today. Let me see if I got an age on Tanya. Nope, I don't have that, and that's fine. I just want to double check on that. And we also have the birthday today of Pam Vaughn, 651-9149, 800-956-1023 online. We are sitting here and ready for you at WCLUradio.com. 6:38, actually 6:39 exactly now. Set your clock by it. 72, archives right around the corner.
What if your doctors treated you like family? Your nurses calmed your fears. You received personalized, compassionate care at every visit. At TJ Regional Health, we're committed to excellence in patient care for every person, every day. To us, total local care is more than a tagline. It's our promise to you. Come experience exceptional care at the TJ Regional Health network of hospitals and clinics, where people you know care for the people you love. Visit tjsampson.org to learn more.
The only place you need to go for all of your automotive needs is Gilead.com. Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly 400 new and pre-owned vehicles. Take a video test drive. See the Carfax Vehicle History Report. Calculate payments. Apply for financing. Get an instant cash offer for your vehicle from Kelley Blue Book. And check out our sales, parts, and service specials. All this with just a click of a mouse.
This year, Bowling Green comes to the ballpark.
Ford's huge Memorial Day sale continues with special savings throughout both stores, like this stylish couch for only $547. Or take up to 10% off your entire purchase or get up to 72 months interest-free financing now at the Memorial Day sale at Ford's Furniture.
Cellular, your community, expanded.
Well, you know, it's time to move forward and progress toward the archives, where we jump in the train and go backwards down memory lane. The archives brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. They do so much for so many folks in the community that keeps the community kind of clicking out at Joseph A. Wade. Sam Terry will join us in 30 seconds, and we'll head backwards.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
Wonder what was going on around here 100 years ago. Sam Terry's going to join me. We're going to figure this thing out. Hey, Sam, how you doing?
Doing very well. How are you today, Henry?
Just fine. Did you enjoy the Memorial Day weekend? It's always a pretty weekend around here, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And I think we're going to jump in here and go back 100 years to see how things were. Actually, this is, well, it might have been indicative of the time. This sort of reads like a swap and shop item here in the Glasgow Times. I guess this is maybe in the One Edge. And the ad reads as follows. Dynamite. Shoot your stumps. Dig your ditches. Plant your trees. Sink your ponds with dynamite. Any quantity supplied by A.L. Harris of Glasgow. Now, that's interesting because dynamite was, I guess, a fairly new development, and they were using it for a lot of different things around here in 1919. And this Mr. Harris was, you know, confident enough in his product, he put his name on it there. Yeah, I'm the man that sold you that dynamite. Mr. A.L. Harris, Sam.
When you have serious work to be done, contact Mr. Harris.
Why play around with it? Get on with it. Speaking of holes in the ground, listen to this story out of 1929, Sam. The Glasgow Times headline reads, First one, then second mule disappears in hole in ground. Jimmy Steen had bad luck with his plowing last week, and all because of a cave under the field to be plowed. Plowman and his 2 mules forged steadily ahead. Suddenly one disappeared from view with a blink of an eye, and the other followed. Investigation disclosed both of them at the bottom of a 15-foot cave embedded in the soft earth. After several hours, they were hauled forth, none the worse for the experience. So that's one way to lose a mule, is to let it step in a sinkhole, and actually let 2 of them step in a sinkhole. That slows down the work, though, in 1929. Probably, I think it
slow things down considerably.
Yeah, I think of it as I don't know the specifics, but it seems a very laborious activity to get mules out of a hole. I don't care how you go about it. But they got them back. I like that. None worse for the experience. So that sounds like a good end for the mules.
Part of the adventure of farming in the cave in Carr Street.
That's right.
Lots of
yeah. People come around, you know, we have these young college students that come here every year, you know, cleaning up caves, and they're just fascinated with these things we call sinkholes around here. And yet we're just kind of used to them. All right, 1939, the headline reads Courthouse Routine. But the story is about the following marriage licenses that have been issued by County Clerk Bess Howard. How many years did she serve as County Clerk, Sam? Do you remember?
32.
32. She certainly was an institution for sure. Well, anyway, since the last publication, this is in 1939, remember, the marriage license as follows. Rex E. Hayes, age 31, physician, and Mary Lucy Smith, age 28, of Glasgow. Wilson Smith, age 22, a laborer, and Nellie Cash, age 21, both of Glasgow. Willie Burton, age 26, a trucker, and Lucille Smith, age 21, of Glasgow. Charles M. Hughes, 24, electrical worker, and Violet Houchins, 21, of Glasgow. So what about that? Most of them in their 20s. All of them seem to have employment, and times were good in 1939. They'd found their true loves, too. And they got their licenses from Miss Bess.
Lots of familiar names in there.
Yes, indeed.
Dr. Hayes and his bride, Mary Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
Very active in the Glasgow Garden Club and many things in Glasgow that left our community a little bit better.
Yes, some great beginnings there noted from 1939, Sam. 1949 this day, exciting. We have graduations going on and still to come several. And in 1949, members of the senior class of Glasgow High School and the high school faculty were entertained at the home of Dr. and Mrs. Paul York yesterday morning. The occasion being the annual breakfast for the graduating class. Assisting Mrs. York were Mrs. George Evans, Mrs. D.L. Jackson, Mrs. Ray Edmonds, and Mrs. Harold Godfrey. Tonight, the class and faculty will be honored at the annual senior dinner to be held at the home of Mr. and Mrs. L.J. Neumeister. So some big activities to congratulate the youngsters graduating in the class of 49 there, Sam. Is that right across the street from where you live? Is that where the Mr. and Ms. York had the party, or was that some other location?
No, I believe that would have been the house out on North Jackson, where Dr. York Jr. Resides. They had built that house, I believe, actually according to the archives, a little bit earlier. So I believe that was a new home at the time. On the hill, secluded in the trees, and the Neumeisters were living on North Race Street in their home at that time.
Well, there was a special time for everybody to get together. It seems like, as as things were. I guess we were just, I don't know, lost my earphones right here, Sam. I'm sorry. I guess it was a special time where we just sort of honored the seniors and made them feel very special indeed. 1959, Gray and Biggers, North Race Street, announced this week that Powell Gray has joined their staff as a carpet layer, a tile layer, and a salesman. Mr. Gray is a 1957 graduate of Metcalfe County High School, one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to know, and one of the best and most talented. I've seen him lay lots and lots of carpet, lots and lots of tile, and very talented indeed. But he was just getting his start here in 1959, 2 years out of high school. 1969, the 19 General Telephone Company employees were presented a fourth consecutive safety award. Now, running a phone company is not always, easy to do or not the safest thing. You get polls involved. But this was a big deal in 1969. For 4 years in a row, they got the safety award. The 16 employees up at General Telephone, up at the top of the hill here, Sam. It's a good record. This day in 1979, there was an advertisement for Profits. Remember Profits? Fred Profit?
Over on the south side of the square.
That's right. Well, he had 390 pieces of sportswear. 390 pieces of sportswear, half off regular price. That's a lot to choose from. And all of it at half regular price? Better get over there to Profits and save money there in 1979. 1989, this was a neat little sidebar. A Kentucky National Guard unit from Hazard spent the weekend in Glasgow in a training exercise, which paid dividends for Glasgow because they did excavation work on Fort Williams. You know what? In thinking and spending several moments at the cemetery here over the last weekend, you look at that Fort Williams and then you think back on the thicket that it used to be. And there was a whole lot of wisdom and foresight and labor involved in making Fort Williams in its restored state up there at the top of the cemetery. And some folks could see ahead And it certainly adds to the beauty of our cemetery. In 1989, the guard unit from Hazard was working on that, too. Kind of a neat little sidebar to the guard unit coming through here, Sam.
It is, and that was quite an undertaking. The fort was literally planted in locust trees many years ago, and the last of the locust trees were still there, and it was full of briars and brambles, and it was truly a thicket and a complete mess. And a lot of credit goes to the folks who had a vision to restore the fort.
It took some vision, and it took a whole lot of labor. I'm sure a few folks look at whoever said that and said, "Are y'all crazy? You think we can clean this up?" And guess what? They did. 1999, this was the day that Kathy Lowe, a local education worker, is selected for a national fellowship. She's a local educator, is what I meant to say. Kathy Lowe got a national fellowship here in 1999, excelling in her vocation, for sure. And then 10 years ago, this was the agenda item for the Cave City Council. The Cave City Council 10 years ago addressing aging mobile homes. That seems like I can see where that would be a problem, but I can also see where it's kind of tough to deal with it. So I don't know what the resolution of that was, but they were dealing with it here 10 years ago.
I believe the area that was being addressed at that time has now been pretty much renovated and improved to correct some of the issues and make it a more attractive spot for folks with recreational vehicles.
So it was a successful event, successful result of the council meeting here 10 years ago in Cave City. Sounds like what you're saying there, Sam. And I'm glad that we got that information together. It's the archives where we talk about things, learn some things, explain some things, and actually mess up a few things until you straighten me out, you see. But that's the way that we look at the way we got here, and some things just make sense after we review them in the archives. And thank you for joining us today, Sam.
Always glad to do so, and I'll look forward to it again tomorrow.
Yes, sir. We will. Who knows what piece of history we'll use to kind of barrel through and finish up the month of May. Thank you, sir. Archives brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new job?
Yes, but I don't know what to do with my 401k.
That's a big decision. As a Modern Woodman financial representative, I can explain your options and help you to make the best choice. I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
Going on all month long at Shogun Bistro in Glasgow. When you purchase two $20 combos, you get one free kids meal. Available for dine-in only any Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in April. Shogun Bistro. You've chosen wisely. Listen for your chance to win 2 tickets to Holiday World and Splashin' Safari in Santa Claus, Indiana. Listen for the roller coaster splashing fun and be the correct caller and give us your best "I want to go to Holiday World," and we'll send you there for a day of good, clean summer fun. 1 winner per household per contest.
The 10 for $10 sale is going on now at your Houchins IGA. Find items like 9.8 to 10.9 ounce select Totino's Party Pizza, 32 ounce select Gatorade Thirst Quenchers, 7.5 to 15 ounce select Chef Boyardee pasta, and many more during this 10 for $10 sale. This week only at your Houchins IGA.
And we want to be sure and thank all the folks who came by and visited there on Friday when we were broadcasting live from down at Houchins. Their big Memorial Day sale was a huge success. A lot of folks saved a lot of money, and thanks for joining us there on Friday. Houchins cranking it up again today, and we'll enjoy seeing you down there.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
The Green Tree Travel Club at South Central Bank is ready to hit the road again. Get ready on June 27th for a deep dive to downtown Nashville. There you will tour the iconic George Jones Museum and Restaurant.
If you'd like to take the grand tour.
George Jones had more country songs on the Billboard charts and more top 40 songs than any country artist in history.
He stopped loving her today.
Experience his legacy and see George Jones memorabilia up close. Then the music and the enjoyment continue when you sit back in the Schermerhorn Symphony Center and be entertained by the one and only Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. If you're a Green Tree Travel Club member at South Central Bank, your cost is just $200. Non-members, $250. Clear your calendar on June 27th and call now to book your reservations. 1-888-651-7466.
Clear starting off this Tuesday, then with a sunny sky and winds out of the west and southwest this afternoon. The high should climb up to 89 degrees. Still clear to the evening, and the clouds will increase overnight with a low down to 70. Partly to mostly cloudy on Wednesday. An isolated shower or thunderstorm may pop up during the afternoon. The warm weather pattern is going to stick around with a high tomorrow close to 90 degrees. A little bit cooler on Thursday with the potential for some afternoon showers and thunderstorms developing with a high temperature into the mid-80s. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Muggy start to the day, Jeff. 72 degrees, humidity at 81%. Not much wind out there. Well, actually, we've seen a little bit out of the southwest at 6 miles an hour, but it doesn't cool off much. And we are at 72, as I said. Weather brought to you by South Central Bank.
You know what? This may go against what you've been told, but when we think about ourselves, it's okay to think great thoughts. In Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 17, the Bible says, "The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save. He'll rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by his love. He will exult over you with loud singing." What if every day you thought about yourself as the object of the eternal God's love? What if you started your day by thinking about the fact that God thinks of you? What if you started your day by considering the fact that God sings about you? We should be thinking great thoughts of ourselves because God loves us. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
I am loaded.
Are you crazy, chicken?
No, I'm loaded with sauteed mushrooms, bacon, green onions, and a blend of cheeses. And have you met my girlfriend, Hawaiian Chicken?
Aloha.
And this is my old buddy, the deluxe grilled chicken sandwich. He's big and bad on the outside, but tender on the inside with Swiss cheese and bacon strips.
Take your pick at Colton Steakhouse and Grill, serving Glasgow, Campbellsville, Radcliffe, and Bardstown. We know what's at stake. And chicken, too.
Local folks, local food, local crafts, and local music. It's every Saturday when your hometown comes together to celebrate all of its bounty. It's Bounty of the Barons Farmers Market, a Kentucky proud event on the square in downtown Glasgow, every Saturday now through the end of October. And the best part of Bounty of the Barons is that it's a local producers-only farmers market, which means that you won't find anything like it anywhere else. We are Kentucky proud, featuring local produce, fresh-cut flowers, beef, pork, lamb, chicken, cheese, honey, soaps, lotions, and a whole lot more. Enjoy socializing with hometown folks while you browse local vendors at the Bounty of the Barons, presented by Sustainable Glasgow and a Kentucky Proud event. Come out and visit us or check us out online at bountyofthebarons.com. Bounty of the Barons, every Saturday on the square in Glasgow, where we are Kentucky Proud.
And it's always a nice place just to go up there and enjoy Saturday morning at the Bounty of the Barons. You ought to check it out for sure. A lot of nice folks here on Facebook Live watching us here this morning. Let's see, Chris Henderson, who lives up in Ohio but watches us up in Ohio. She's a native of Glasgow. She says it's 69 degrees up in Ohio this morning. They got forecast for worse weather than what we have today. John Luke Oliver is saying good morning on Facebook Live. Eva Yates, Dale Kofas, Leela Brewster, Kevin Button says morning. So does John and June Vaughn. Teresa Martin Curd tuned in. Deborah Wilson, Donita Brewington Runyon, Terry Pruitt, all on the list of special folks that we consider special because we all sort of get together on Facebook Live each and every day here on WCLU. 7 o'clock, I need to add the name of Cheyenne Dyer. I think it was Cheyenne's aunt who called up to wish her niece a happy birthday. Then I need to get over here. I failed to tell you who's good as gold today there, Brennan. Sorry about that. Today it's Richie White Day on the radio. Now, let's see here. He was nominated. Richie was nominated to be good as gold. Says here it's going to be his birthday. He's a very caring man that puts everyone else's needs before his own, and he's always there for you whenever he is needed. Sounds like a perfect gentleman for sure. And Richie White was nominated to be good as gold. We were able to work that out where we get him on his birthday. I'm going to read that again. He's a very caring man, puts everyone else's needs before his own. Is always there for you whenever he is needed. You're good as gold, Richie White. Hope you have a great birthday, too. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas. In just a wee bit, we're going to play trivia.
Every year, Glasgow Building Supply provides quality driveway sealer to Southern Kentucky homeowners at the best price. And the pallets of premier Blackjack brand sealer have arrived at Glasgow Building Supply. Get a jump on sealing now. Each bucket is coal tar free and covers up to 350 square feet. Easy to use for resealing driveways and parking lots. Blackjack Driveway Sealer. Talk to the pros today at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass. They've got what you need in stock now.
A Wendy's Frosty is something special, and for a limited time, a Frosty is just 50 cents. An American classic for a classic price. It's not quite a milkshake, not quite an ice cream cone. It's definitely chocolate or vanilla. That choice is on you. Use a spoon or a French fry. Anything goes. A Frosty makes summer special. Yep, there's nothing quite like a Frosty. And at Wendy's, we got you with a Frosty for 50 cents. Get yours before this deal melts away.
Small Frosty only at participating Wendy's for a limited time. Price and participation may vary in Alaska and Hawaii.
If you're going to improve your home and property by investing in a pool, doesn't it make sense to get it from somebody willing to put their name on it? Jeff Adams at Adams Pools and Supplies is ready to get the job started. Plus, they're having a spring sale to get you in the mood for fun in the sun. Right now, buy a Solstice 24-foot pool with a 20-year liner warranty and 30-year wall warranty. For a limited time, pay only $24.99. Bigger sizes at equally great prices. An 18 by 33 pool, $36.99. 15 by 30, $33.99. And a 27-foot pool, just $27.99. Adams Pools has local installers with decades of experience in installing pools. If it's an Adams pool, it comes with corrosion protection on all metal components using the most reliable coating in the industry. And of course, Adams Pools has everything you'll need after installation, like Vacuum-Seal non-chlorine chemicals. 270-866-2365. That's the number to call to get the ball rolling. 270-866-2365 on Grider Road in Russell Springs. No matter where you live in Southern Kentucky, let Adams Pools do the job right.
Let me add Pam Vaughn to the birthday list today. Happy birthday, Pam Vaughn. And let me tell you that we're going to play trivia this morning. Wonder how your thinking cap's fitting after a long weekend. We're going to check it out and see. And Little Caesars Pizza says, come on out, and we're going to award you your choice of a large sausage or a large pepperoni pizza, just for showing your smarts here this morning.
Listen to the delicious crunch of Little Caesars' new extra most bestest hot and ready thin crust pepperoni pizza for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8 p.m. Just walk in and pick up a large, crispy thin crust pizza with the most cheese and pepperoni at the nation's best price of only $6. Little Caesars thin crust pepperoni pizza. One bite and you'll be back for more.
Pizza. Top 4 national pizza chains. Extra most bestest thin crust pepperoni pizza versus large round one topping thin crust pepperoni pizza. Everyday standard menu prices at participating locations plus tax.
All right, here we go. The question this morning, can you win? Maybe so. Here's the question. Back in 1880, this man's last name became a verb. as he was serving as an agent for Irish landowners. Name him. This guy was a retired captain from the British Army. His last name has become famous, still used today, because of the fact that over in Ireland, they were expecting another potato famine. And so the people that owned the land over there got this guy to go over there and sort of be the landowner and stop all these potato farmers from defaulting on their rent. So what was his last name? Do you know?
Boycott.
That's it. Who's this speaking?
Tina Perry.
Hey, Tina, what you doing? Boy, you hadn't been on this show in a while. Where you been, Tina?
I've been working in Greene County and don't really get to hear the radio that much.
Okay, working in Greene County. Well, how about that? Of course, you've been, you were playing trivia when you were, I think probably in middle school or something, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
And see there, you're a long-time trivia player. Well, now tell us what you know about this Tina Perry.
I don't know a whole lot. I did look it up, but as soon as I saw it, it sounded like something I'd heard before.
Well, the guy's name was Captain Charles Boycott. And you see, in Ireland, they had some great big landowners who were leasing their land to potato farmers. And so what happened is that the people who worked for the potato farmers just didn't come to work. They wanted they became boycotted going to work on the potato farms, hoping the crop would ruin, and then the owners of the land would be stuck with a mess. And so what they did was, so many potato workers didn't go to work. Instead of saying, we're laying off today, we are boycotting today. Because this Captain Boycott was the man, seemingly the bad guy in all of this. And as it worked out, I think I don't really know how it worked out, quite honestly, but it wasn't a good thing. We got a verb out of the deal, didn't we, Tina?
Yes, we did.
Captain Charles Boycott. Anyway, I like the origin of words sometimes, and that one's real interesting, Tina. And I'm glad you're on the. You got a break. Are you going to be able to tune in more here this summer?
Oh yes, we're listening for some Holiday World tickets.
Okay, all right. But you'll take a pizza in the meantime, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, Tina. Thank you for tuning in. You enjoy the day, okay?
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. Tina Perry, that's right. She says, yeah, it's Boycott. That's who it is, Charles Boycott. He was in charge of straightening out the land problems in Ireland, and so the people said, we'll fix you. We'll not go to work so the crops will ruin. They boycotted going to work. Now you know. We'll play tomorrow. Something else maybe you could learn. Thanks to the good folks at Little Caesars, and thanks to Tina Perry for tuning in this morning, too.
Right now, you can enjoy a small Frosty at Wendy's for only 50 cents. Chocolate or vanilla, either way, it's just 50 cents. Hurry into Wendy's and treat yourself to one today at a participating Wendy's for a limited time.
CBS News Update. A line of powerful tornadoes ripped across Indiana and Ohio overnight. Ohio Emergency Management spokesman Jay Carey.
Search and rescue efforts are still underway in Dayton and Montgomery County, where a large and dangerous tornado, according to the National Weather Service, was on the ground for several miles.
Dale Hassler says he and his wife took shelter in their basement.
You could feel the pressure. It made your ears pop like you were in an airplane or something like that. It tends to shake you up a little bit.
2 people were killed by a twister that touched down in El Reno, Oklahoma. In Madison County, Indiana.
There are trees down on every main road. Even the side streets are all covered with trees. Power lines, utility poles are down.
Emergency Management's Todd Harmon and tens of thousands are without power. Other parts of the nation's midsection bracing for what could be the worst flooding in recorded history. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO, 103.1 Glasgow.
ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Yes, we have a history and roots in Southern Kentucky. Yes, we have a large staff to support our clients with the attention and efficiency they deserve. Best of all, we continue to get better at what we do. You make us better. Let us show you the type of insurance experience we think should always come standard. Every person, family, home, farm, or business we serve gets our best effort. Dedicated to what's best for you, we're ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902, I'm Daniel Bird, and I'd love the opportunity to work with you. Please give us a call.
For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane reporting. The Glasgow Electric Plant Board is set to meet tonight at the EPB office. While several items are on the agenda, two major things have been added to the tentative agenda posted on the EPB's Facebook page. D.T. Frodes, the board's chair, has placed that he wants to terminate Superintendent Billy Ray's employment again, along with his resignation. Frodes' efforts to terminate Ray's employment failed in February after board members explained concerns regarding then pending bond sales. WCLU will bring you the latest coverage of this story when updates are made available. The Bowling Green Police Department responded to Russellville Road Sunday afternoon for a report of a disturbance involving multiple people. Jamarcus Hill, age 21, gave officers consent to search his apartment. Officers located a crystal rock substance that Hill later said was methamphetamine. Officers also found nude photographs and videos of a 17-year-old girl on his phone. The girl in the photos was at the residence at the time when officers arrived. Hill was arrested and charged with possessing material portraying sexual performance by a minor, first-degree possession of methamphetamine, first offense, and possession of drug paraphernalia and alcohol intoxication. Hill was lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail and currently has a $3,000 cash bond. He is scheduled to appear before Judge Brent Potter. Kentucky State Police is investigating a two-vehicle fatal collision that occurred on Saturday night, May 25th. According to KSP, the accident occurred at approximately 11:08 p.m., just 6 miles east of Burkesville on Kentucky 90. Preliminary investigations indicate that Christian Parrish, 28 of Burkesville, was operating a 2000 Ford eastbound on Kentucky 90 when he crossed into the oncoming westbound lane where he struck a 2012 Nissan. Barbara Arms, 67 of Burkesville, was driving the Nissan before being hit head-on. Arms, along with a passenger, Bobby Arms, 74 of Burkesville, were pronounced deceased at the scene. Parrish was transported to the Cumberland County Hospital where he was treated and released for minor injuries. Parrish was arrested and charged with first-degree DUI and failure to wear a seatbelt. Parrish was lodged in the Adair County Regional Jail. Kentucky State Police is investigating a two-vehicle fatal collision that occurred Saturday some 5 miles east of Springfield, Kentucky, on U.S. Highway 150. Police determined 39-year-old John Bailey of Harrodsburg was operating a 1999 Harley-Davidson eastbound on U.S. 150, where he attempted to pass several vehicles in a no-passing zone. Bailey struck a 2007 Jeep that had slowed to make a turn. 59-year-old Warren Purdom of Springfield was driving the Jeep. Bailey, along with passenger Amanda Bailey, 41 of Harrodsburg, were both pronounced deceased at the scene. Purdom was transported to Ephraim McDowell Hospital by EMS for non-life-threatening injuries. 3 passengers were in Purdom's vehicle. According to police, they were transported by private vehicle to the hospital, where they were later released. Last Friday, deputies with the Hart County Sheriff's Office and Kentucky State Police responded to an injury collision involving 3 vehicles at the intersection of Highway 31E and Highway 218. 3 individuals involved were transported to T.J. Sampson Community Hospital, 2 with possible serious injuries. The investigation is ongoing and being led by Deputy Caleb Butler with the Hart County Sheriff's Department. We have 72 degrees at WCLU. We'll be right back for more local news.
BG Tire is way more than just tires, though they are the perfect fit for your new tires using your tax refund. Plus, they're your full-service tire and automotive center. They offer pickup and drop-off service to your home or business to save you time. Alignments, oil changes, and brake work, BG Tire does it all, including emergency roadside assistance 24 hours a day. Put your faith in the company that Bowling Green and Glasgow have trusted for over 4 generations. BG Tire, across from BG Home Furnishings on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green.
Healthcare changes all the time, but at Hatchet Home Medical, we're a consistent friend to help you navigate the road to good health. We are your headquarters for all types of equipment and supplies to let you recuperate at home, and we keep up with all the changes. So let us file the paperwork for insurance reimbursement. Hatchet Home Medical's huge showroom and warehouse on Park Avenue in Glasgow lets us stock what you need, and our trained technicians are courteous and helpful when setting up and instructing you or your caretakers. We feature a 24-hour on-call phone number to help in emergencies. And remember, all healthcare professionals, Hatchett's Home Medical has the area's largest selection of nurses' uniforms and supplies, featuring the best of name brands. Whether you need a wheelchair, walker, hospital bed, or other assistive device, the name to remember is Hatchett Home Medical in the Park Avenue Shopping Center in Glasgow. Phone 651-9551.
Bailey Gibson has been serving customers in Kentucky, Tennessee, and surrounding areas for over 40 years. We take pride in our many return customers who know they will get service after the sale. Whether you're looking for a new Buick or GMC, car, truck, or SUV, we have them all.
And used vehicles, too. Just give my dandy a call.
Bailey Gibson, they're my deal-making, handshaking, wheel-turning, hard-working dealer.
Depend on WCLU local news. Online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
This hour, West Virginia health officials say an HIV cluster in Cabell County reflects a shift in how the disease is being transmitted. The Charleston Gazette-Mail reports Cabell County's cluster, the only one currently known in West Virginia, is up to 49 confirmed cases. State officials say all the cases were contracted by intravenous drug use through sharing of contaminated syringes. The cluster, tracked since January 2018, represents a sharp uptick from the baseline average of 8 cases annually over the past 5 years. In 2017, West Virginia had one of the nation's lowest rates of HIV diagnoses. That's 4.3 cases per 100,000 residents, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Kentucky fared similarly with 7.9 per 100,000. The HIV cluster could potentially be devastating for communities ravaged by opioid addiction. A former Colgate Palmolive factory in southern Indiana could become the home of a hotel, housing, and commercial space. The factory in the Ohio River town of Clarksville made toothpaste and other personal hygiene products for decades until it closed in 2007. A plan recently approved by Clarksville officials and the Clark's Landing Development Group calls for redeveloping the building, which is known for its large iconic clock. Clarksville Redevelopment Director Dylan Fisher tells the News and Tribune the project is expected to include a hotel, multifamily housing, commercial space, and a civic center. That proposal is part of a redevelopment planned for Clarksville's south side. It will have elevated bike trails, a revamped riverfront area, and a mix of businesses, residential spaces, and community spaces. And a World War II veteran from Indiana will be laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery on the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion. Karl Mann was among the Allied troops who stormed Omaha Beach in Nazi-occupied northern France during the invasion. He died in March at age 96. Mann, an Army veteran from Evansville, earned 3 Purple Hearts and 7 Bronze Stars. He'll be buried June 6th at Arlington National Cemetery. The Evansville Courier and Press reports that later in life, Mann told his story at Mater Dei High School and other schools. Mater Dei teacher Mike Goebel says Mann was a great storyteller who left students, quote, totally quiet and in awe of his story. We have 7:18 on the dot, 72 degrees at WCLU. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane.
What does it mean to listen? At Time Savers, we believe listening means respecting a client's wishes, affording them dignity in making decisions, allowing them to acknowledge they are uncertain or skeptical of what the future may hold. At Time Savers, we are here to listen, to understand your personal care and home help needs, and to help you achieve the quality of life that you want, either for yourself or your loved ones. Whether you want to remain in your home as long as possible, or you need a little extra help in assisted living or memory care, Time Savers will listen and come up with the best solution for you. Call us at 270-792-5703 or go to mytimesaversky.com. That's 270-792-5703 or mytimesaversky.com. We listen, we understand, and we help.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The search for a deadly shooting suspect continues with canine and air units. Police in Whitley County say they're searching for Nicholas Rucker, who was last seen in the Crowley Bend area of Whitley County. State police say an arrest warrant was issued for Rucker in connection to the murder last week of Vicki Connor of Corbin. A picture of Rucker is posted on the KSP website. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell honored veterans at a Memorial Day ceremony in Louisville.
We honor all of these veterans who've made such an extraordinary contribution to our country.
McConnell addressed a crowd at Cave Hill Cemetery in Louisville. A Fort Campbell soldier is set to be laid to rest. Private First Class Colton Bush will be buried today in Georgia. The 19-year-old died when the pickup he was driving in Trigg County crashed into a ravine. Bush's family is requesting donations to the Wounded Warrior Project. Honor Flight Bluegrass is set for another mission. The organization flies veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam to Washington to see war memorials. The next trip is scheduled for today. The heroes will receive handwritten letters from appreciative citizens to read during their flight back to Kentucky. State police say a man and 2 children from North Carolina died in a crash on Interstate 65. Crash happened Saturday night in Hart County near Bonneville. Police say a preliminary investigation found Agustin Gonzalez was traveling south when he apparently failed to see that a tow truck had stopped partially in the travel lanes to assist another car in an earlier crash. A half-dozen kayakers are okay following a rescue on the Kentucky River. Authorities say a weekend storm forced the kayakers to abandon their kayaks in Beattyville. I'm Paul Miles.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Master Trooper Jonathan McChesney of the Kentucky State Police. You know, many folks around here buckle up, yet some are still putting themselves and others at risk. No matter where you drive across Kentucky, we pay attention to unbuckled drivers and passengers. So get in and buckle up the first chance you get, because in real life, we don't always get a second chance.
A message from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, the Kentucky State Police, and law enforcement across the state, who remind you, click.
Celebrate your memories. No 2 funerals are exactly alike. Personalization is a valuable consideration, whether the ceremony is elaborate or simple. Funerals are often individualized to reflect the life and values of the deceased.
This is Follis Crow. It may reflect one's occupation, hobbies, or a lifetime of photo memories. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home in Glasgow. We're here for you.
Let's turn to local sports. A tough day for the locals yesterday in the Region 4 baseball and softball tournaments down at WKU. First of all, in baseball, Russell County ended the Glasgow Scotty season with a final score of Russell County 7, Glasgow 5. In the 4th Region softball yesterday, Franklin Simpson eliminated Barron County. That final score, Franklin Simpson 7, Barron County 3. Other action from yesterday in baseball, it was Allen County Scottsville ending Cumberland County season 5-4 in a 9-inning affair. South Warren blanked Franklin Simpson 2-0, and Bowling Green blanked Logan County 10-0 in baseball. In other softball matches from yesterday, it was South Warren over Allen County Scottsville 16-1 in 4 innings. Warren East defeated Russell County 18-0 in 3 innings, and it was Logan County 12, Metcalfe County 2. So, in the 4th Region baseball and softball tournaments as they continue today with semifinal games at Western. In baseball, Allen County Scottsville takes on South Warren at 5 o'clock, and then Bowling Green plays Russell County at 7:15 tonight. In softball, Warren East faces Franklin Simpson at 6 p.m., followed by Logan County against South Warren at 8 p.m. And that's your morning sports.
Here's the score from the Kentucky News Network. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. The Reds taking on the Pirates on a Memorial Day doubleheader along the banks of the Ohio, falling in the first game 8-5, but came back in the second one.
And Iglesias swings and drives one deep left field on his horse Reynolds going back. He looks up. It is gone. A grand slam for Jose Iglesias.
Jose Iglesias hitting his first career grand slam. That in the first inning, that set the tone. They beat the Pirates 8-1. After overcoming injuries at the start of the season, it was Sonny Gray picking up the win, allowing 1 earned run over 6 innings of work. Afterwards, he said he took a 6-0 lead and just ran with it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew when you're pitching the back end of a doubleheader, I was trying to attack and get us deep in the game, especially when we got up to a 6-run lead early.
Both teams back at it again tonight. Lucas Sims, who's been recalled from AAA Louisville, will start tonight for the Reds. He was 3-0 with a 4.06 ERA and 9 International League starts. And the St. Louis Cardinals open a 3-game series tonight against the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. Adam Wainwright will take on Phillies' Nick Pivetta. St. Louis is an even 500 on the season, 4 games behind first place Chicago in the National League Central. Across the Commonwealth, high school baseball teams looking to punch their ticket through to the state tournament next weekend in Lexington. In the 7th region, it's a big one. The state's #1 team, St. Xavier's, taking on #3 Trinity. The 9th region championship will be decided between #2 Beechwood and Highlands tonight. Regional play continuing at Scott County. It's Madison Central taking on #4 Tate's Creek. The winner gets either Madison Southern or Lafayette. And in the 16th region at Raceland, it's #5 Rowan County taking on Ashland Blazer. And golf now. Western Kentucky redshirt senior Billy Tom Sargent shot an even par 72 in yesterday's final round at the NCAA Championships in Arkansas, tying for 11th in a field that originally featured 156 players. Sargent finished with a 4-round, 3-over par total of 291, 2 shots away from a top 8 result. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Get ready to experience Keeneland like never before. Introducing Railbird, August 10th and 11th in Lexington, Kentucky. See the Raconteurs, Hosier, Tyler Childers, Brandy Carlisle, and over 30 acts on the grounds at Keeneland. Also featuring live off-track betting, curated bourbon, equine culture, and more. Tickets on sale now at railbirdfest.com. Railbird, August 10th and 11th, Lexington, Kentucky. Get in the action at railbirdfest.com.
If you're itching to shake off the winter blues, jump headfirst into spring at Kentucky's diverse state parks. Enjoy full-service resort lodges, cozy cottages, and scenic campsites for your whole crew, or just for 2, plus top-rated golf courses and breathtaking lakes, perfect for exhilarating adventures or peaceful escapes. Put a little spring back in your step in the Bluegrass State. Plan your Kentucky State Parks getaway today at parks.ky.com.
This WCLU Weather Channel update brought to you by Apollo PC Glasgow.
Ugh, why is this thing so slow?
Is your slow computer frustrating, but you don't want to pay the money for a new one? Well, check this out.
Hi, I'm Chris Couch from Apollo PC. Nothing runs better than a new computer. Our refurbished models are practically good as new. Right now, get a complete computer system with monitor, keyboard, mouse, and speakers running Windows 7 for only $300. Or if you prefer a laptop, we have fully refurbished models for only $250. And we wouldn't put the Apollo name on it if they weren't top notch.
Search faster with Apollo PC. Chain Drive in Glasgow next to Sweetheart Bakery.
Clear starting off this Tuesday, then with a sunny sky and winds out of the west and southwest this afternoon. The high should climb up to 89 degrees, still clear to the evening, and the clouds will increase overnight with a low down to 70. Partly to mostly cloudy on Wednesday. An isolated shower or thunderstorm may pop up during the afternoon. The warm weather pattern is going to stick around with a high tomorrow close to 90 degrees. A little bit cooler on Thursday with the potential for some afternoon showers and thunderstorms developing with a high temperature into the mid-80s. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. We're up at 72 degrees on the steamy side here this morning. Humidity at 81%. South winds at 6 miles an hour. Actually on Sunday we had 2 100ths of an inch of rain. But that's not helping much right now. It's a steamy 72 at WCLU. This weather update brought to you as a service of your friends at Apollo PC Glasgow.
Summer is almost here, and you don't want to miss out on the Summer Kickoff Memorial Day sales event going on all month long at Goodman Chevrolet. This month, we're making deals you don't want to miss out on, like 0% for 72 months on most 2019 Crew Cab 1500 Silverados, or you can save up to $9,500 off an even larger selection of Crew Cab Silverados. Plus, great rebates on the Equinox, the Traverse, the Tahoe, and the Suburban. Not looking for new? That's okay. We have great sales prices on all used inventory, and we offer more for your trade. Plus, it gets even better. As part of our summer kickoff sales event, everyone who takes an official test drive will be entered to win either a 55-inch TV or a Weber gas grill. So come in today for your test drive. Goodman Automotive, home of the powertrain for life. Things were never better at Goodman.
Great
Hello, I'm Anthony Myatt. Thanks for calling. How can I help you?
I need life insurance, but it's so complicated.
It can be. As a Modern Woodman agent, I'm trained to design the best plan for you.
Great. Thanks a lot. I'm so glad I called you.
Call me anytime at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
The 10 for $10 sale is going on now at your Houchins IGA. Find items like 9.8 to 10.9 ounce select Totino's Party Pizza, 32 ounce select Gatorade Thirst Quenchers, 7.5 to 15 ounce select Chef Boyardee pasta, and many more during this 10 for $10 sale. This week only at your Houchins IGA.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
That's right. Ralphie's has fun. I do mean fun. Fun waiting for you and you get together, whatever it is. It's a little more fun at Ralphie's Fun Center. Let's see. I want to tell you about Cheyenne Dyer, who has a birthday today. We just learned that Mr. Henry Lawson is turning 96 today. I want to say a great big happy birthday to Henry Lawson on his 96th birthday today. Wow. We've got Pam Vaughn with a birthday. It's also Tanya Pennington. Sam Bowles celebrates. Chris Stevens, Dakota Hunt, Richie White, and Stephen Howard. Stephen is 27 today. And we also want to remind you, we're patting on the back Richie White. It's his birthday. He was nominated to be Good as Gold, and this is a very nice nomination form here. You know how you can go online and nominate persons of the day and tell us a little bit about them. And certainly this is a nice one. It's going to be his birthday, they say, on the 28th, which is today. Or actually, that's going to be today. Yes, it is the 28th, isn't it? It says here it's going to be his birthday. He's a very caring man that puts everyone else's needs before his own and is always there for you whenever he is needed. And that's a very nice submission. There's something nice to be said about you. That always makes you feel better. And you see him around, you pat him on the back, tell him he's good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
What if your doctors treated you like family, your nurses calmed your fears, you received personalized, compassionate care at every visit? At TJ Regional Health, we're committed to excellence in patient care for every person, every day. To us, total local care is more than a tagline. It's our promise to you. Come experience exceptional care at the TJ Regional Health network of hospitals and clinics, where people you know care for the people you love. Visit tjsampson.org to learn more.
The only place you need to go for all of your automotive needs is Gilead.com. Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly 400 new and pre-owned vehicles. Take a video test drive. See the Carfax Vehicle History Report. Calculate payments. Apply for financing. Get an instant cash offer for your vehicle from Kelley Blue Book. and check out our sales, parts, and service specials. All this with just a click of a mouse.
How did you react when your daughter was sick and did not want to take her medicine? Every right-thinking parent realizes the importance of these matters and insists that the child do what's necessary without giving that child the freedom to choose for themselves. Instead, that parent explains the importance of going to school, taking baths, or taking medicine when sick. So, Mom and Dad, take time to explain the importance of going to church, and after explaining that importance, simply say, in this family, we all go to church all the time, and that includes you. Oh, by the way, parents, that must include you as well. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Summer is near and it's time to have fun. WCLU is the station that gives you good, clean summer fun. We want to send you to the #1 water park in the Midwest and the home to the best roller coasters around. You've told us year after year that you want to go to Holiday World. Now, if you really want to go to Holiday World, listen throughout the day right here on WCLU and listen for the roller coaster splashing fun and be the correct caller. You'll get 2 tickets to have a fun-filled day at Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana from WCLU, giving you good, clean summer fun. 1 winner per household per contest.
Yeah, and that's always a popular. Well, you heard back Tina Perry telling us on trivia that she was tuned in for trivia, but she also really wants to win those Holiday World tickets. And be listening, you never know when you're going to hear us give away a pair of Holiday World tickets. Coming up on, let's see, this is Sunday, the 2nd annual Running with the Hounds poker run to benefit Brawa is coming up. Registration at 10 a.m. in the Houchins parking lot at 619 S.L. Rogers Wells Boulevard. Kickstands up at noon. Cost is $15 for bike and riders, $5 each for additional riders, and $5 for additional card. Also a silent auction, a meal provided by Brawa at the end. Contact Richard Houchins. He's the director of KBA District 9. And here's his number if you need questions answered about this Running with the Hounds event Sunday. It's 270-576-8818. That's 576-8818. A week from today, Glenda Eaton of the Barron County Extension Master Gardeners Program is going to show you how to make a terrarium. It's going to be at 6 p.m. on Tuesday the 4th at the library. The cost is $10, but you got to register by today. So think ahead here. Next Tuesday, Glenda will be down there at the library, but you got to get registered today by going to the library. So we just don't want you to mess that up. Make this the year that you transition into spring fully prepared. When it comes to making your home and property look its best to have Mammoth Cave Transplants at your side. Come to Mammoth Cave Transplants and see greenhouse after greenhouse full of bedding plants, hanging plants, trees, shrubs, all of the lavish colors and full foliage plants ready to beautify the world around you. Have you always wanted to get a good start to your garden? Well, Janet Dennison and her staff enjoy helping people pick out the right gardening plants, supplies, and materials to make your green thumb the best yet. Mammoth Cave Transplants is easy to get to. We're at 5394 Brownsville Road, Highway 259 between Pig and Rhodey. You'll be impressed with the sprawling complex where spring gardening, landscaping, and beautification is well underway. Call us today at 270-597-2533. We are Kentucky proud and we'll be celebrating 25 years in business. We keep Kentucky growing.
Whether you have a little boo-boo or a great big boo-boo, when it comes to your car, who fixes those problems really matters. Shaw's Body Shop in Glasgow is a well-established, reputable company capable of taking care of any size damage to your car. In fact, many major insurance carriers have Shaw's on their preferred repair shop list. What does that tell you? It tells you whether you have a little ding or a big bang. Get it fixed right with Shaw's Body Shop on West Main, 651-5172.
The People's Bank is a proud supporter of our local community organizations focusing on helping the citizens of Glasgow. Thank you to everyone who has donated to our Community First campaign this year. In May, the bank will be collecting snack foods such as peanut butter and crackers, dried or canned fruit, granola bars, and cereal bars. These items will support our local summer feeding programs for children and adults in our community. Feel free to drop off your donation at the People's Bank, 1300 West Main Street. The People's Bank, working for you, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A Wendy's Frosty is something special, and for a limited time, a Frosty is just 50 cents. An American classic for a classic price. It's not quite a milkshake, not quite an ice cream cone. It's definitely chocolate or vanilla. That choice is on you. Use a spoon or a French fry. Anything goes. A Frosty makes summer special. Yep, there's nothing quite like a Frosty. And at Wendy's, we got you with a Frosty for 50 cents. Get yours before this deal melts away.
Small Frosty only at participating Wendy's for a limited time. Price and participation may vary in Alaska and Hawaii.
7:39 WCLU. Don't forget, coming up on Saturday, the Cave City Proud Group is going to meet and have a meet and greet for first responders at the Cave City Community Picnic from 5 until 8 this Saturday afternoon. Free music. Everybody's welcome. Come and enjoy the picnic and celebrate our first responders. You need some info on that. 773-2188. That is the number. Nope, it's not archives time, is it? Where's a tidbit thing here, Brendan?
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Scared him. Thought you were going to have to talk about a history.
Say, I'm not as good as Sam.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you're not as seasoned as Sam from the standpoint of being old enough to remember a lot of this stuff.
Sure.
But anyway, it's tidbit news is what we're doing here. A couple of baseball stories. Do you remember trivia last week, since it was baseball season, the tournaments were coming up? I asked that baseball question about who was the famous entertainer who paid $93,500 for a baseball that rolled between a guy's legs?
Yes, I remember that.
And it was, what was that guy's name?
That was Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, that's right. Charlie Sheen paid that, $93,500 for that baseball. Well, yesterday, the guy whose legs that rolled in between died.
Oh, no.
Bill Buckner, a star hitter who became known for making one of the most infamous plays in Major League history, has died. He was 69 years of age. Buckner's family said in a statement that he died yesterday after a long battle with dementia.
I did see that last night, and I never even made that connection, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just never did.
Yeah, well, anyway, apparently he was quite the hitter. So what? He let one roll between his legs, and actually playing for Boston at the time, but it fixed it to where that the Mets could go on and win the World Series there. But this was in, 86 maybe? Anyway, he's passed away at the age of 69, and apparently he's getting a lot of write-up as far as his history in the majors goes.
Sure.
Trying to, certainly, you don't want, there's a whole lot more to his career than that one little ball rolling between his legs up there. Even if Charlie Sheen gave $93,500 for it, that doesn't make any more of an isolated play for sure. All right, another baseball story here this morning, Brendan. In baseball, it's not unusual for the team to need a relief pitcher during a game, but it is odd for a relief pitcher to send for relief shoes. That happened yesterday in Boston, where Cleveland Indians reliever Oliver Perez needed to get a new pair of shoes rushed out to him on the mound. As he warmed up for the bottom of the fifth, Perez noticed a problem with his left cleat. He called for time, and then he called for a new pair of shoes. In the interim, fans were treated to the sight of Perez wandering around the mound in his stocking feet. Probably a lot of Facebook posts of that if they were at the game.
I bet.
Once he got his new kicks on, he was back on the mound, but perhaps he should have stayed with the defective shoes because the Red Sox scored 6 runs in the inning to go ahead 9-3.
Oh, my goodness.
Blame it on the shoes.
Yeah, it's the shoes' fault.
They won 12-5. But anyway, the shoes, he thought... I think after about 2 more runs, I'd have put those old shoes back on, wouldn't you?
Well, I guess I would have.
Because those kind of things can kind of mess with you. Anyway. Yeah. And finally, this story, we've had stories like this before, but it certainly makes you think. A Florida Goodwill store ended up with a donation that raised the fear of detonation. The St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office says somebody decided to drop a grenade into a donation bin earlier this month.
Oh.
Let's figure out one possible reason why anybody would do that.
I don't know that I can name one right off the top of my head.
Yeah, well, certainly it's not like it has any resale value.
No, absolutely not, especially after it's, detonated.
It's not like, you need to get it out of your house, so take it to Goodwill.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the grenade did not set off, but the find did set off some concerns. Workers called 911, and a newspaper in Florida reports that the store was evacuated, which is a good thing, and the bomb squad dispatched Turns out the grenade was inert. The same thing apparently happened at a nearby Goodwill store last year. You don't really inert or not. It's always, it's kind of like always consider a microphone live.
Right.
Always consider a grenade as possibly being live as well.
Yeah, just like a gun too. Always assume it's loaded.
It's just a habit right there. But nonetheless, yeah.
That is very interesting.
Somebody with a little bit less to do got a big kick out of sitting over there watching the store being evacuated, knowing that they had something to do with it.
Yes, absolutely. So
that's kind of what we have in the way of tidbit news for today, and we'll have some more coming up here tomorrow, okay?
Alrighty.
7:45 WCLU.
Hardee's used to think bowls were useless dishware. Then we created the new Loaded Hash Round Bowl. Crispy potatoes, fluffy eggs, sausage gravy, melted cheddar, and crumbled bacon. Now part of our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. No longer are bowls just college football games you can nap to. Now they're loaded with Hardee's delicious breakfast favorites and in our 2 for $4 mix and match. Try a bowl today. They're actually really useful. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
If you're going to improve your home and property by investing in a pool, doesn't it make sense to get it from somebody willing to put their name on it? Jeff Adams at Adams Pools and Supplies is ready to get the job started. Plus, they're having a spring sale to get you in the mood for fun in the sun. Right now, buy a Solstice 24-foot pool with a 20-year liner warranty and 30-year wall warranty. For a limited time, pay only $24.99. Bigger sizes at equally great prices. An 18 by 33 pool, $36.99. 15 by 30, $33.99. And a 27-foot pool, just $27.99. Adams Pools has local installers with decades of experience in installing pools. If it's an Adams pool, it comes with corrosion protection on all metal components using the most reliable coating in the industry. And of course, Adams Pools has everything you'll need after installation, like Vacuum-Seal non-chlorine chemicals. 270-866-2365. That's the number to call to get the ball rolling. 270-866-2365 on Grider Road in Russell Springs. No matter where you live in southern Kentucky, let Adams Pools do the job right. 75 degrees. The temperature is going up. All right, I got Bobby Lee Hurt over here on the other line. It's funny how we think together. Did you notice that your phone was ringing?
No, I did not. I'll have to check it.
Well, because I was calling you, and then Brennan put the other line on hold, and it was you. So it either worked real good or didn't work at all.
hey, we're together anyway.
That's right. Bobby Lee Hurt, proprietor of Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street in Glasgow, where you are encouraged to come by today and test drive an air conditioner.
That's right. You're going to need one today, Henry, I think. Matter of fact, you need one all weekend. So
this one today, in other words, today it's going to be one of those where you jump in your car and see how good the air does. And it's important, to a lot of folks who are in and out of the car. So I think Bobby Lee will let you drive anything on the lot up there and to see if the air conditioning suits you up there today at Hurt Auto Sales. Plus, there's a lot more reasons to go up there to Hurt Auto Sales and improve your fleet or to add to the fleet or get a first-time driver, a first-time vehicle, or just get something nicer. That's what they specialize in at Hurt Auto Sales. And I'm sure after the Memorial Day holiday weekend, you're raring to go up there this morning, aren't you?
We sure are, Henry. We just got in a 2016 Honda CR-V, one owner, black on black, chrome wheels, loaded up for just $19,900.
Man, that sounds like a sweet-looking vehicle for sure, just based on your description.
That's right. Still under factory warranty, as a matter of fact, Henry.
Oh, goodness.
So come in and check that one out. Got an 08 Chevy truck, extended cab, full-size truck, local trade, four-wheel drive. We're going to price it for just $5,500.
Okay. Well, either way, that's a great deal. Four-wheel drive.
That's correct. Yes, sir. Good cold air conditioning, as you say.
That's right. What's the year on that, anyway?
08 model.
Okay, I had lost track of that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Keep going.
Got a 2014 Ford Escape, sunroof, leather, got all the extras on it that you would want, and we're going to price that today for just $12,500, Henry.
Great price again.
Most certainly. And last but not least, got an 05 GMC Canyon, a little crew cab truck, 4-wheel drive, candy apple red, black leather inside, just $6,500. Okay,
that's an eye catcher for sure.
It is. It makes someone a really nice little truck. They want to just not want to haul a whole lot, but you can put a few things in the back of it.
Yeah, sure. You can. It could certainly bail you out in a lot of situations.
That's right. You can haul some bales of hay.
That's right.
Bail, yeah. So,
you got to. That's one place I learned in high school. This is a day like today. I don't want to be in a hayfield.
No, it's not a good day, and I'm sure a lot of people will be today. But
yeah,
they do it a little different than we did. We didn't have air-conditioned tractors back in the day, I guess you'd say.
We didn't have round bales either.
No, sure were.
We had square bales and some less than intelligent guy stacking them on the wagon.
That's right. That didn't always hold on.
No, that's exactly right. But anyway, that's a whole nother. That's actually a whole eon ago.
That's loading another wagon.
That's exactly right. You might. I bet you, if people needed wagons, you'd find them some, wouldn't you?
I think that we could probably find some available somewhere.
Yeah, and something to hitch them on to.
That's right.
Well,
we'll fix you up. Just come on in today, Henry.
Bobby's in a good mood today, and he's ready to trade. And you can improve his mood even more by going up there and just chatting with him for a little while and seeing what he has at Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street, an institution on West Main Street where the motto still holds true, and that is
no pain when you trade with Hurt.
Thank you, Bobby Lee, and have a great morning, sir.
And you also, Henry. Thank you.
All right. Bobby Lee, Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main. We'll say goodbye to our folks on Facebook Live this morning because we're going to come back and play a little music as we go back and look at some musical history here in a minute. And Facebook doesn't want us to be playing music live on there, so we're going to stop the stream, as they say.